Hey everyone, so I'm super sorry for how late this video is. Thanksgiving week was just absolutely crazy, and I finally got to the point where I actually have decent internet connection and can upload this video as long as the presentation and just put everything together. I don't really want to take too much time, especially considering how late this video is, but what I really wanted to just kind of touch on will be very brief. Just kind of as an overview, my broad question for the week, the one that I chose to post, the discussion board that I chose to post on was upon what foundations are U.S. public schools built? And the three questions that I had that stemmed from that were, why have universities been deemed as education that is not required? How do you balance between curriculum that is legally mandated and what the class needs? And finally, how can I help my students be well-rounded citizens? What I really found is that the three of them actually kind of played together. Well, I guess more so the last two questions. They kind of work together, especially with the answers that I received. And what I really did want to focus on, though, were kind of the answers that I received as I was researching, pondering, and really even praying about my second question, which was, how do you balance between curriculum that is legally mandated and what the class needs? And one of the things that I found was that we need to recognize the role that we play in our students' lives. We are spending a very large amount of time with them. In fact, aside from their families, we are spending the most amount of time with them. We are with them in a classroom from, 8 to 2. In their lunch breaks, their, other interactions in there, but we are spending a lot of time with them. And they depend on us. Whether they show it or not, they do depend on us. And so it's vital that we take the time to talk to our students. And that as we continue to learn about them as well as the subject that we teach, that we keep in mind the scripture from Doctrine and Covenants that says that we need to seek learning even by study and also by faith. We need to have faith that these students have a faith and a knowledge, really, that these students are children of God just as much as we are, just as much as our own children that we may have one day, or that we hopefully will have one day, and just as much as those around us that we care about so much. They are children of God just the same. And it's so important that we have faith in them, that we exercise that faith, and that we do what we can to help them. And finally, what I found throughout this entire course, but especially this week, it hit me a lot harder, was that we need to make sure that we're following the promptings of the Spirit in all matters. Everything is dictated by the Spirit, and we need to include Him in our life. We need to listen for that still small voice as we do what we can to help our students in all aspects of life. And that might not be the easiest all the time, but it's so worth it. We will be so blessed for it, and those that we teach will be equally as blessed. And I am really excited to be able to implement that when I have my own classroom and my own students that I'm teaching.